Hello, welcome back to another episode of SMS Talk Show. My name is Safwan Sise. We have Brandon here in the building and Medis. How you guys feeling, man?
I feel good. Feel good today.
I'm
Yeah.
doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just a little tired.
I feel you, man, definitely. So today our topic gonna be based on relationship because we all know there's a prime time for stuff like that. Valentine's Day is coming up, so we just wanna give a little bit talk about our past relationships or our present relationship, if any of you are still in one, and also give some advice because I feel like it's usually the time that everybody want to get booed up, and some people just rush into into a relationship right now just because they want to have that experience. So, any plans
Yeah.
from you guys this Valentine's Day?
Well, as for me, I've been talking to a special someone. I'm not gonna blur out their name or anything, but
Confidential, right?
yeah. We really hit it off, and yeah, we're planning on meeting and probably going out to eat and spending some time later. So yeah.
Okay, okay. I just hope you're not pissing off some other other ones, man. How about you, Mohammed?
Same. My plan is just. I don't think I have any plans going out. To be honest, just trying to stay safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. For me, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna be in my house and just relax, man. And who knows what's gonna happen, but it's like nah. But what mistakes? What one mistake have you guys made from your relationship, and what did you learn from it?
Well, to answer your question, this reverbs back to my first relationship um, with very special someone that I spent a good amount of time with until the point I started. Well, I really didn't notice that I was doing this, but I was very naive, very gullible to what others were saying about the person. So I kind of let my guard down, and I didn't necessarily stop talking to the person. I was just a little bit more distant than what I usually was. So, you know, at times when she texted my phone, I wouldn't, reply on time, kind of leave her hanging. And that kind of, separated us. And as I got older, I realized that, communication is key, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. How about you, Mohammed?
I mean, I would say my biggest mistake would be just, just kind of just wanted to focus on myself. So I hate wasting my time. So when I'm in this talking stage relationship or talking stage part, I just kind of focus on myself. So I do believe me by doing that is just like pushing them away. So I always, tell them, "Oh, I'm busy," and which is for the most part, it's true. I'm always busy. I'm always busy doing stuff. But yeah, I would say that's my biggest mistake is just focusing too much on myself and neglecting the other part of the other person's feelings. So I would say that's my biggest mistake, but I'm working on it for sure.
Well, sometimes you can only give so much,
I know.
because the thing is like when you give your all to someone, then some people might perceive it as you being too clingy. If you understand what I mean, like you're being you're too intact with the person, so they could somehow deteriorate from you, or you could also do it yourself. But I also feel as though if you were to give your all to someone, or give a good amount of your time to someone, they should also appreciate it, because a lot of people don't.
I'm
you
sure.
know
I'm sure we've
Yeah.
all been in that situation where because I know I've been in that situation where it's like I wanted to put like 100%, but then like you don't get the same
Percent.
energy.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, if I'm giving 100%, if I'm like showing you that I wanna take this to the next step, but if I'm not getting nothing from you, trust me, like I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. Like literally, I'm gonna like move on. Or if I used to call you all the time, if I used to text you and I don't get the same energy, I'm out. Like legit, I'm not gonna waste my time, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Can feel you on that. Like relationship have to be a two-way street. Can't just be on one person's side. And if that's the type of vibe you're getting from someone that you're in a relationship with, usually that's a sign of it's not gonna last long. To be
It's
honest.
not, nah.
So
Yeah.
if you getting stuff like that, and you've talked to the person about it, but they still not putting in the work that you will put it in, and I think it's just safe for like everyone to like go their own separate ways rather than just forcing it until it gets to the point where like somebody gonna get like
Hmm.
hurt, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you on that. Pretty much, just if I piggyback to that question, one mistake I've done as well, pretty similar to yours, because there was a time, I mean, to be honest, like when I'm in a relationship, right, like I always like try to respect like people's time and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I know like it's necessary for like everyone to have their own free time, like
Yeah, personal
you know.
space.
So there was a time, like, cause usually like during the summertime, I
Hmm.
usually like play soccer after work and stuff like that. And at that time, that's when like the relationship just started as well. And you know how it be like when you first start, like you wanna spend as much time as you can with each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And she always like want to do that like every single day, but at the same time, like I have to balance my schedule. That's how I was saying it at the time. Like I have time to play soccer, like time to like be with her, and time for work and stuff like that. So there was this time when she called me. She was like she wanted to see me, but I had already made plans with my friends to go play soccer. Right. Then I was like, I can't. I have to go play soccer today and stuff like that. And she just took it like a whole different way. She was
Hmm.
like, oh, so soccer is more important than me now, stuff like that. And to me, that's not how I see it. But then again, I realized that maybe the way that I say it to her,
Yeah.
it just sound
I feel
like
like
that,
I feel
you
like
know.
you should have, kind of follow up, make her understand, like, you know what I'm saying, like make her understand exactly, like, just because like she can't just all of a sudden just say, "Oh, I want to see you," while you've already made plans. But
Right.
it's just matter. It's just communication. You have to talk to each other, and just make her see your point of view. But I do want to say something though, like the reason why I like when I said earlier that one of my biggest mistakes is just focusing on myself. It's just because of this, like if I'm talking to somebody, like I already said, I'm gonna go 100%. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm not getting anything back, so it's just from all of that happening to me. So that's why now I feel like if at the beginning, if I'm not getting the same vibe, I'm not even gonna put my all like in it.
Right.
I'm just gonna move on. So that's why now I have to see what value you add to me. Because if I'm adding value to you and you're not adding any value to me, like it's pointless. It's
Yeah.
pointless for me because I want to grow too. Just like same as you want to grow, you want the attention. I want the same attention. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
want to grow. So if you're not adding anything to me, it's pointless to me.
Yeah.
And
But
one thing I wanted to say about what you just said about you telling her you were going to go play and she took it left. You can't give everybody what they want. You know, all the time. And if you can't come to a certain form of understanding, and this is not me trying to bashing females, but most females sometimes they can't come to a form of understanding, and
oh
and that's why there's like a lot of there's a lot of breakthroughs in relationships because like their form of like compliance is not how can I put it, their form of compliance is not heavy stated like a man's compliance will be, because men are usually much more understanding. So with a female, it's like she can come to a form of compliance, but she also wants like her want is like kind of outweighs her level of understanding. So she might have wanted to see you at that very moment. That's the want was kind of outweighing the form of understanding. That's why she might have said something that was kind of irrational. So when she said, "You'd rather choose soccer over me."
But then again, like I want you to put yourself in a woman's shoes, right?
Yeah,
Let's say you're a woman right now.
right.
How would you feel if your man like says something like that to you?
I mean, well, the thing is, everybody's different, right? Everyone's different. So the thing is, like, the woman version of me would be understanding, because the thing is, especially if I were to hit somebody up like randomly out the blue, I don't know what they have going on that day, especially if I haven't spoken to them. You feel me? So if I were to just say, I want to see you, you might have like three different things on your plate. So
I kind of disagree with you
yeah,
when you said the woman of you would understand.
yeah,
I don't think they would per se, because it's just that's what they're different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like most of them go off of emotional, like,
correct.
so it's kind of different. So I do believe this is an interesting topic, but we have to get a woman here to get a
Exactly.
different perspective. To be
Because we don't want
honest,
to talk too much on how woman feels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to be honest, come back to what you said. Like there have to be a level of communication. I
Mhm.
think that's pretty much that's a huge chunk of relationship communication. Because if a woman, I feel like if you communicate better to a woman and let them know that this is your passion, and like for example, like another way that I could have explained it better to her, I could have been like, I already had plans for my friends to go play with them, but after soccer we can do this,
Mhm.
or try to plan something after that, just to make her feel like you're not just ignoring her.
Yeah.
There's time for everything. So I feel like that's one thing I could have done better. I could have done to like
To make her happy.
yes, stuff like that. So but what you say again, like we're not like talking on behalf of any female, so so
Yeah.
we definitely can have this topic again with a
I
female
feel
on the
like
show as
this
well.
is
So
a spicy topic that
It
Yeah.
really is.
yeah, it's
It
it's
really
really
is.
interesting.
that's why
So
when shit was going in there, I was like, oh man, I don't
So,
want
like,
nobody to come at me, man. So.
I mean, the thing is, like, everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
that's
this is
definitely
not this is
that's
not
true.
necessarily like I'm
Yeah.
not going at anybody. You feel me? Like, because at the end of the day, it's like we're all gonna think what we want to think at the end of the day. So nobody
That's true.
nobody can control anybody's mind. It was just an opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
so
you're entitled to your opinions.
Yeah.
Yep,
So,
yep.
but this is a really great topic to talk about, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we'll come back to it next time.
Next time, yeah.
We'll come back to it.
So, what relationship advice do you have for our audience?
well, relationship advice for anybody who's in a relationship that's going really well or like really toxic. I'll just say, when you're in a relationship, I feel as though you have to always look at there's negatives and a positive to a relationship. So if you're in like a toxic relationship and you feel as though it's not working out, take everything that's positive from the relationship and carry it along with you, and everything that's negative, try to throw it under. Because like, if you're in a toxic relationship with someone, then everything that's positive will better you. But I'm not saying forget about the other person, but just stay level. Basically, what I'm gonna say.
So, are you saying you should just keep being in relationship, but just like focus on the positives?
It's
If
hard
that's
if they've gone
Kind
through
of.
a lot.
I mean, yes. The thing is, like, we all go through like our ups and downs, but I feel as though like because in a relationship, some people will look at it as, you have to have like you have to protect your sanity. You feel me? Like, when I say protect your sanity, I mean, like, people would say, oh, you shouldn't throw everything on the table. You feel me? Like, you shouldn't, even when, you know, things happen, you shouldn't go out of your way to try to make things better, because some people say if it's gonna work,
It'll work.
it'll work. You feel me?
All right.
But if it's not gonna work and you feel as though it's coming to a close, like, we all know.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, let's not beat around the bush. We all know. If it's not gonna work, I'm not saying completely throw the person away, but at the same time, know what's good for you in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if you are leaving the relationship, leave knowing that you did what you could do, and
Okay.
and leave with a form of, like, not with a form of regret, but with a form of great understanding and healing.
Okay.
Positive healing. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because I was gonna disagree with you, but I think you cleared that up now because I don't think because if a relationship is not going good, like you can definitely tell,
Yeah.
and I think what hurts a lot of people the most is that they try to force it too hard,
Hell yeah.
and when it gets to a point where like they can't leave anymore because they're so attached to that person, right? Then it
Yeah.
becomes like even harder and harder as the longer that it goes, and at some point, like somebody just gonna have to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna hurt the person that is stopping it at the time. Maybe it's gonna hurt them, but not as much as you that is pushing it, knowing that it's been a toxic relationship. So you know, but for me, one advice that I'll give is that you should never try to like impress too hard because seeing that a lot, especially with men, they always feel like they have to do like all kind of crazy stuff to like get attention of a woman, and most of the time like they can tell like when you're like insecure and stuff like that, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I've seen people that done some crazy stuff just to get like a attention of a woman. Like we live in a world now where like people buy cars not because they like the car, but because they feel like women like that car, so
Yeah.
so they'll buy it,
Right.
stuff like that. So I feel like just again it's all about vibes. If the vibe is right, it don't matter like the situation that you're in. But obviously like you always have to try to improve yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, usually like it's not just all about like materialistic stuff or like trying to impress.
I mean, if let me just put it out there. I'm not a relationship consultant, nothing like that. but but my what I believe is a key. It's in a relationship. This is what I believe, and I strongly like believe this. Like communication. There has to be communication between both people. If there's no communication, there's no and you like there will be no understanding. So you have to communicate with one another. You have to, if even if you mad or something. I know it can be hard sometimes to hold, whatever issue it is, but you have to communicate. You have to let the other person know what's going on. That's one.
Yeah.
And two, there has to be an understanding because it may not just be your way all the time. It has to be the other person's way. So
Yeah.
if you want to do something and the other person said, I don't want to do it, but you have to be willing and understand and say, okay, I'll do it your way this time. And then when next time we want to do something, it'll be my way. It's just that understanding. When you have that understanding between each other, it just works. It creates that vibe. It creates that chemistry. And then my last one, that's to be empathy. You have to want to be with that person. You have to have, you know,
That's a
that
big one.
empathy to be with somebody. You have to just because it's not always gonna be lovey dovey. It's not always gonna be, sweet. Sometimes it's gonna be,
Tough
things.
situation.
It's gonna be toxic. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have empathy for that person, no matter what, you will try to stick, with that person, thick and thin. You know what I'm saying? But that is my advice. Just but
Yeah, man, it's pretty good, man. Shit, you got anyone left in your tank?
Uh,
We know you the love doctor here, man.
no, I mean, you know, I'm agreeing with what he's saying. You know, just to add to what he's saying, you know, you have to really show the desire. You feel me? That you know the person that you're intimate with is really the person because the thing is you have to think about it this way. The number one thing is like if you don't and you feel like and you really feel like it's not going anywhere and you just keep faking it, you're wasting your time and you're wasting their time.
Exactly.
So, you know, and you know, there could be somebody out there waiting for you while you're doing what you're doing, you know, and vice versa for the other person too. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not like, like I'm not the type of person to buy stuff for other people. Like I could care less. Like when I'm telling you this, bro, I could care less about what people think about me. I
Yeah.
could like I don't even care, to be honest. Like sometimes some people that I've tried to talk to, some of them feel like I give a I give a I don't want to say the word,
Yeah.
but I don't, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like when I mean like I literally don't care. Like you know what I'm saying? Because you're not adding any value to me.
Right.
I only care if you add value to me. But if you're not adding any value, to be honest with you, like I would just push you aside. Like
It's just another
that's
distraction.
yeah, that's it. Don't bother me because I know where I want to go. I know what I want to do. I know what I'm capable of doing. So it's just a matter of time. I mean, I have it right now, but trust me. When I mean trust me, I'm working on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
like
just
that. I like that.
stuff don't like all this distraction, social media stuff.
me-
It don't affect me.
I feel like materialistic things are the things that kill relationships, to be honest, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because you know, you can have all the money in the world, but that doesn't define like true happiness. You feel me? And you can spend so much on someone you love, but deep down they don't want possessions. They want your time. You know, they want
Yep.
your understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And that's where I feel like a lot of, I would say people, I won't say guys or women, but I'll say people. I feel
people in
like a lot of
general.
people fall into that trap of giving and giving and giving, you know. But,
Yeah.
you know, I feel as though like if you give your time and if you give your understanding, you know, but sometimes time and understanding is not enough. So that's why I feel as though like in a relationship you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Right.
You know, so
Some of them may just ignore the fact that you're giving them the time, the energy,
yeah.
but they want something else that you cannot afford. Like they want something that you don't
You
like.
cannot buy.
You can't. So it's just like, what else can you do? Nothing. Like,
Yeah.
so you know what I'm saying. But the one of the biggest mistake I see people sometimes do is at the beginning is trying
Too
like
hard.
when you know this like it's not going nowhere, but then you try like you just want to try again. Like I hate like just if you already know, just all you gotta do. You don't have to argue with the person. You just gotta back off. If you
Yeah.
should call them, text them, just let it go. Just let like you will see how quick whatever you call that, if it's a beginning stage, you see how quick it just fades because if they will not text you back and you will know, or they will not call back. You just know, so you just let it
Right.
go. But some people try to force themselves into those kind of relationship, and then later on find out they don't really, the other person don't even like them, or the other person don't even value their time. So why waste your time?
You're slowly digging
Yeah.
your grave.
Right, hell yeah.
Slowly digging a big hole to
6 feet.
to heartbreak and despair and sadness, and you know it's a lot of people that I know can attest to that, but I'm not not calling out no names, but, but
So
yeah.
like, I have a question though. What do you guys feel about if you guys are talking to a female, right? And like just you met them, but they've been through like a lot. You know what I'm saying? But then you want to get to know them, but it's hard for them to open up. Like
Oh man.
it's hard. You would try, but it's hard for them.
You
to
know what I
open up.
think? I think you should wait, because like people will jump into it and try to give them their own point of view, but when they're not ready, you feel me? I feel as though you should talk to them, but at the same time, wait. Like, I feel when I say wait, I mean, because obviously we know the obvious. You know, you talk to a girl, you know, you tell her your views on things, but then you also want her intimacy. You feel me? And whatever she went through, you know, will also depend on your character and how you compose yourself in front of her will also like, what's the word I'm looking for? Your character will define how she confronts you.
Right.
You feel me? Because let's say a woman was in that, you know, you may be trying to talk to, let's say she was in an abusive relationship. How you talk to her and how you you know, your mannerisms and how you show her that you are will depend on how she will, you know, it just like
Decide to move on with you.
exactly. So, you know, I feel as though when it comes to that, and it could be anything, I feel as though you should talk to her, but also give her a bit of leeway, because, you know, you don't want to, you know, throw everything in, and then it'll be too much for her to handle.
Right.
So yeah.
So I feel like if anybody is in that type of situation, you should just don't even think about like relationship at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should try to like help that person to like be more of a friend to them at that point, to try to get them off that whatever hard time they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Because during that time, people are usually vulnerable as well. Sometimes like they may like want to like mess around with you and stuff like that, but you have to understand that most of the time it's not because like they really feel that way towards you, but because like they need something to relieve that pain
Like a
they're going through.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to be very careful at that point and just try to like, I mean, if you in there for like the opposite stuff, I would just say don't waste their time, man, because you're just gonna cause more pain to them, you know. So you have to decide like either you're gonna help them get through that problem they're going through, or just don't bother them at all. Just leave, you know.
Yeah, just let them be.
Yeah, but this definitely a good talk, and I enjoyed it, man. We should definitely try to get a woman's perspective
Get a
on this
female's
topic.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but yeah, we will definitely take some guests. But anyway, this no. Before I go, I think I have one more advice. Like, it's not all about looks, man. That's a quick one. It's not
Yeah.
all about looks, cause that's what
Yeah.
most people are going like choosing right now. So
I definitely agree
because
with you on
there
that
will
one.
come a time where like you're gonna be in the same room, and you have to wake up in the morning see like the other person's face. And that's not the best look, man. So definitely yeah, you have to be careful when you're choosing a partner. But anyway, thanks so much for making it to the end of this episode. I hope you guys found value in this content, and check out our other content as well. Our main purpose is to provide valuable information to you guys and give our perspective, our own point of view on certain topics. So thanks again once more, and catch you guys on the next one.
Catch you later. Peace out.